Welcome to Moon Nichols Wrestling. I'm Moon. This is Joker.
Hi.
And first things first, we got some stuff going on this weekend and then like next week. Of course, Malice Manor's got an event going on.
Yay!
Joker, tell the people.
Slaycation is here.
Everything he's been like, don't talk about Slaycation. We're talking about Slaycation. Talk about it.
We have to now because it's this weekend. Tickets are on sale right now. MaliceManor.com.
You see it right in front of you.
Pre-sale, so you don't have to wait in line. But we do sell them at the ticket booth. Get them now, like I said, so you don't have to wait in line. It's going to be a good show. It's our Summer Slaycation annual Slaycation show where Lord Rancor has gone on vacation. And all of the creatures in the manor are having a lunatic luau, and they are wearing Hawaiian shirts and hula skirts, and every customer gets a lei. It's a thing.
I love this place. I love these people. That's why Joker's my co-host. So if you're anywhere in the Louisville, Kentucky, Clarksville, Jeffersonville, or New Albany, Indiana area,
Kentucky,
hell, if you're in Indiana at all, and you're just missing the scary from your summer,
look,
drive down. Or you're in Kentucky, drive up.
There are
from
people
Cincinnati.
that come to this show from all over the country. No shit. This show, they wait all year long for Slaycation. They don't come to any other fucking event except for Slaycation. So it's pretty cool that, it's become like people's summertime tradition. It's that kind of halfway to Halloween. We're a little past halfway to Halloween.
Yeah.
That's it. This is our kind of version of halfway. So,
right. This is the haunt version of Christmas in July.
Sure.
Off-season celebration. That's what it kind of
yeah.
And
it's chaos in the heat.
Can they buy the dope-ass white shirt you're wearing?
They can.
Because I'm actually loving this the white Malice Manor shirt.
Me wearing a white shirt. How much does that fuck you up?
It did a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It did a little bit. Like I didn't say anything at first until you mentioned it. But like I was like, ooh, okay. But the shirt is dope, and I kind of want one.
It is pretty cool. Rancor's nightmare. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to scoop me up one next time I see you.
We have them for sale in our merchandise.
Now the actual next time I see him is actually going to be next week in person, not just next Tuesday, where we talk about wrestling.
It's such a busy 2 weeks.
Yeah. But the Imaginarium is right here.
Yeah.
It's right here. So he's got like Slaycation and then Moon Eagles Wrestling, and then we have Imaginarium. It's gonna be super, super dope. Of course,
we're not busy enough. But what does Moon want to do?
Listen. It technically wasn't me. So real quick, there are going to be, this is a wrestling show. I do want to talk about some of the wrestling panels that will be at Imaginarium. So if you love wrestling, which I know you do, because why the fuck else are you watching this show? Thank you anyway. There's going to be at least 3 wrestling panels. One is called Nuclear Heat. One is called Match Made in Hell. I think this is the one talking about the combination of wrestling and horror, because it's amazing how many people love wrestling and love horror. The correlation is wild. There are so many horror people who love wrestling and wrestling people who love horror. It's why did the two work together so well? A Match Made in Hell will tell you that. All of these were submitted by my great friend James Sabata, a horror author who also likes wrestling. Imagine that.
Awesome. And
also, there is a panel about mystery wrestling. I don't know all the details, even though it's literally on the sheet of paper in front of me. But it's gonna be a time. It's gonna be a time. But now the thing that Joker's busting to me about is one of the guys who are coming in from Arizona. my good friend Brian Haas. If you're able to go back and find some old episodes of Moon Nichols Wrestling, when I did the 4-part series on the Vince McMahon documentary, and something else I was talking about. I had Brian Haas on the show. He likes to go to indie shows in places where he travels. So he's been wanting to go to Ohio Valley Wrestling here in Louisville. And I told him, you want to go to OVW? I'll make it happen. So we've got tickets to see Ohio Valley Wrestling, which will be my first time at OVW.
It'll be my first time in years. I'm talking like 15 plus.
So practically your first time there. With all the things that have happened and changed.
This new era of OVW for sure, because my time would have been before Attitude Era, because John Cena and everybody was still down here. So yeah, this is pre-Ruthless Aggression the last time he was here. Yeah.
He was at OVW in that time frame with, I guess, Shelton, Brock, Cena.
That whole class.
Excuse me. The Randy, Prototype, Leviathan, Randy Orton.
That whole class was fucking amazing. I actually lived in the same apartment complex that all those assholes lived in at the same time. So it was pretty neat being a wrestling fan and like being like, nah, and then finding out that that's who they were. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And
so we're going. We got decent seats. I want to make sure we were on the premium seating A side, so that we can see the ring and the ramp.
Yeah.
So we got good seats. We're gonna probably talk about it next. Well, no, not next week. The week after, we'll probably talk about it, because I don't know what we're talking about next week. We haven't got there yet. But you'll be able to hear how Slaycation goes. But yeah, enter the Imaginarium. Do it tonight. Get your tickets for the weekend. Get your tickets for one of the days. The wrestling panels are throughout the weekend. So just look it up on their website. It's right here at the bottom of the screen. You can meet me, meet Joker, talk to us about wrestling, talk to us about haunt stuff. Talk to him about haunt stuff. I just hang out there.
Talk to us about movie stuff.
Yeah, we love movie stuff.
Because,
as a matter of fact, you can hang out on Saturday night and you can watch Cribs with us. Can you watch it on YouTube right now?
Yes, you can. You should.
Sure, you can.
You should. After our
wouldn't
show.
It be dope to watch it with the people who made it, who were featured in it? Hey, when's the last time you get to watch a movie with the people in the movie? When is that?
Never.
Right. So you'll be able to this upcoming week, not this Saturday, but next Saturday at the Imaginarium, entertheimaginarium.com. And then you'll be able to join us for the viewing, the official premiere of Malice Manor Cribs, which will be pretty dope.
I'm so nervous about that shit I can't lie.
You don't have to do anything. We're literally going to just sit in the room while it plays. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. And hopefully it's at the award ceremony after we totally win an award for this movie. You got to win an award. We have to. Like I said, if there's anything we're going to win an award for, it would have to be this. It's so ironic if it is. Can't wait. Cannot wait. You want to talk some wrestling?
I'm ready to talk some wrestling.
All right. You know what's wild? We don't have matches of the week.
No. And I actually kind of said something to Amanda earlier about it. It was like all the wrestling that combined the two of us watch, there was not a single match that stood out to me that was just like, that's my match of the week. There was a couple that I was on the fence, but I don't know, man. Like, I came across some new stuff.
What did you come across? I'll tell you what I came across.
It's what is it called? It's a Pride wrestling group.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. Shit. Let me see if I can. I looked it up. I came across it on Facebook of all places, but then I had to look it up, to see if it was legitimate. A Matter of Pride Pro Wrestling.
I have to write this down. Hold on,
And the way the post that brought it to my attention was Gay Mysterio. It fucked me up, and I had to be like, "What the fuck?"
So,
dude, I shit you not.
Sold. I'm already sold.
It's without hurting anybody's feelings or getting hate mail. It's gay. Okay,
I mean, that sounds like the point.
That's the point.
I mean, gain is already a thing. Which, side note, real quick, there's a subreddit dedicated to all the different renditions of Kane that are in indie wrestling. And if you're out there, just wrestling fans, go to Reddit for this reason alone.
Just for that.
This subreddit, where it's literally just it's a bunch of wrestling fans who are talking about every different indie rendition of Kane. Like Blue Kane, Gain, which is Kane and Rainbows, Cocaine, of course. Cocaine. Everyone talks about cocaine. I think it's like everybody's. The devil's favorite dealer. That's how it goes. The devil's favorite dealer. I love cocaine. I really do.
Dude,
that's a clip that's going to get me in trouble.
I've said it 5 different times on our show. I love cocaine.
That's great. So I have to check this out. I gotta figure this out.
I'm telling you, the match that I saw, it's professional wrestling.
We love pro wrestling.
There's no other way to describe it other than it's super gay and it's professional wrestling. All in one.
I fucking love it. We were talking about Aaron last week. I forget his last name. Rourke. Aaron Rourke.
Yeah.
And that is literally the best way to describe Aaron Rourke. If you see Aaron Rourke perform in the ring, you're just going to be like, that wrestler is really fucking good.
You have to,
and
like,
really fucking gay.
A lot of these wrestlers' names are punned out, innuendos.
It's pro wrestling.
It is pro wrestling at its finest.
At its proudest.
At its proudest.
At its proudest.
For the LGBTQ plus to celebrate as well.
A matter of pride wrestling. If you use that slogan, you're welcome. Give it to you for free. From the black community to the gay community, it's free. You're welcome.
But yeah, that was the only, like, I halfway was getting ready to make that my match of the week, but I was like, I didn't see the whole match, so I couldn't, in fairness, be like, yeah, because the whole rest of the match could have been fucking garbage.
Right.
But I found a new wrestling group, and that was pretty neat.
Now, I found
how good they are. I don't know.
But you know what? It's the same thing.
Don't go looking for it and be like, Joker said this was the shit. No.
But you should check it out. We should all check it out. I'm looking it up. I'm literally looking it up right now.
I mean,
I found their Instagram.
They have a summer show coming up, I think, that's like a backyard wrestling extravaganza. So,
Yes, Glam Slam Backyard Wrestling at Bears Burgers Backyard, 740 Fifth Avenue rear, Brooklyn, New York, 11232. No, that's June 7th. That's already happened.
That's already happened. Maybe that was the one. It was just,
I'm a little late because I just now discovered them like today or yesterday, rather.
And you know what? I'm looking at this, and I have to say that in all respects to all persons, to say this is the gayest wrestling, and I do not mean that as an insulting comment.
No.
That is exactly All right, YouTube, don't beat me up for this. This is their Instagram, and I'm already sold. To be honest with you, because
Yeah,
fuck it, why not? Yeah, me. Soft ground wrestling. Does that ring a bell?
Soft ground? No.
Okay, if I say soft ground wrestling Uganda.
No.
So a little while back, there was.
Wait a minute.
Yes, them. Yes, them. That's exactly the reaction I wanted from you.
I have seen that.
So soft ground wrestling Uganda, which if you're a fan of the Book of Mormon, to say Uganda is just hilarious. But soft ground wrestling Uganda was a bunch of kids who were wrestling literally in mud, not like mud wrestling, but like they had no other surface, but like mud was softer than hard ground. Soft ground makes a lot more sense to wrestle on. But somehow they got Eminem down there, or the Maximum's male models down there to wrestle. And Cody Rhodes bought them a ring.
What?
Yeah, this happened like a year or something ago. Cody Rhodes bought them a ring because he saw their YouTube tape. It was Mansoor and what's the taller dude? Anyway, the models, maximum male models.
Yeah.
I forget their names. But they ran down there and wrestled, and Cody bought them a ring. So now they have a ring. The match that I saw literally maybe less than an hour ago was like a 30-man battle royal.
A bunch of Ugandans.
Just a bunch of Ugandan dudes in a ring. Not elaborate costumes. They're outside. They're pulling a good light crowd. You know what? I'm here for it. I'm fucking here for it. I'm here.
Wrestling is
because wrestling is worldwide. And
I see what you did there.
Thank you. And and this is and I love that we brought this up because first off, neither one of those two things were planned. I didn't share this with him, and he didn't share that with me. But I love that we shared this because one thing that it shares, two things that are most important about wrestling. Wrestling is everywhere, and wrestling is for everyone.
It's universal.
It truly
is.
Like
100, like the definition of something being universal. Wrestling is universal.
Because whether you're in Tokyo, Japan, whether you're in the Tokyo Dome in Tokyo, Japan, or you're in a field in Uganda, pro wrestling lives. Whether you're in New York City or you're in Mexico City, wrestling lives. If you're in London, if you're in Toronto, if you're in Sydney, wrestling lives. There are wrestlers on your TV from India, from Pakistan, from Africa, from like Nigeria specifically, from Italy, from England, from Canada, from Mexico, the United States, from Australia, from New Zealand, from the Isle of Samoa, from Japan, from Russia, from everywhere.
All
wrestling,
over the globe.
Wrestling is everywhere, man. And if there's anything that's going to unite us all, it's professional
wrestling.
We're doing the Lord's work right now. He says with a straight face while drinking his water. We're doing the Lord's work. We're bringing peace everywhere. And seriously, like we don't necessarily you don't have to like the Saudi Arabia shows, but ignoring the Saudi government, Saudi people love wrestling.
Oh my God, yeah.
Saudi people love wrestling. The crowds that you hear in France, the crowds that you hear in London, the crowds that you hear in Berlin, the crowds that you hear in where were they just recently in Italy? Like Where in Italy were they? For Clash.
Was it Rome?
I don't think they were in Rome. They were in Bologna.
Yeah.
For one of the SmackDown or Raws. But no matter where you are, there are people who love wrestling. Wrestling is everywhere. Wrestling is universal. Wrestling is God's language. Write that down. I will.
Put that on a shirt and sell it.
I might. Wrestling is.
Look, he's for real writing that shit down so you don't forget it.
Are you fucking serious? Of course I am. That was dope. All right. Give me about a month. The t-shirt will be available on support the show. So yeah, all of that was to say we don't have matches at the
I don't.
Because he's right. All the wrestling that we ended up watching, there was just nothing that like there were good matches. There were great people that performed in great matches. But no one particular match stood out, which was upsetting because we had, I want to say it was just this past Wednesday, which would have qualified this week, the Survival of the Fittest match in AEW, which was okay.
Meh.
It was okay.
Meh.
It was for the TBS title. Congratulations to Sheeta.
Meh.
All right. I mean, that's where we are.
I mean, WWE straight lost their fucking mind this week. So,
I feel like we need to talk about it before we get to the wrestlers.
All right.
I feel like we need to talk about it real quick. So
we can because look, our topic today is Paul Heyman, but one of the people we're about to talk about for the fuck up that WWE has presented itself with is a Paul Heyman guy. So I'm all right to talk about it for a second. Get it out there because there's a lot of people that I'm sure
really can't not. We can't not talk about it, to be honest with you. Last week, we were talking about how they pulled the trigger on Sami Zayn. It was me and Joker sitting here just like, congratulations, Sami Zayn, becoming WWE champion.
He became a Grand Slam champion.
He did.
10 days ago.
Grand Slam champion.
Grand Slam Sammy.
You know who's not a Grand Slam champion? Sheamus. You know who's not a Grand Slam champion? John Cena. No Intercontinental Championship. They're both missing it. You know who's not a Grand Slam champion? Cody Rhodes. You know who is a Grand Slam champion? Sami fucking Zayn.
So don't be upset. Don't be all salty and pissed off that.
Don't you dare be sour.
In 9 days, they took the belt off of it.
Yeah, because you know who's not WWE champion anymore? Sami Zayn.
But here's the thing. Like,
go for it.
Does it make sense? No. But do I feel like creative is on top of it and they know what the gears are in motion? Fuck yes. Have you seen the footage of Sami Zayn after fucking going back to Gorilla?
I haven't.
Sammy snaps.
Which is what he should have done.
And it is not PG. So it is very much questionable. Is this a work? Is this a shoot?
It is. I feel like it is. And so I watch Wrestle Talk. Talk about wrestling in London. So shout out to Luke Owen for doing the Wrestle Talk news. And one of the things that he explained was that when you got the reports coming out from Fightful Select and the Wrestling Observer,
all your dirt sheets,
the three big events for SummerSlam were always going to be Brock and Oba, Seth and Roman, Punk and Cody. Seth and Roman and Punk and Cody were supposed to be WrestleMania matches.
Yes.
Seth gets hurt, things get reworked.
Right.
So they were always planning on getting these matches in. And so it was more of a question of how do we get here?
How do we rewind and get it back?
So, because you start here and you work backwards, which of course I've learned from Paul Heyman. In the Paul Heyman interview that he did with Chris Van Vliet.
Yeah.
So, one of the things they were explaining is that if you go back to looking at Cody and getting having that match with Sami Zayn, people aren't going to want to see Cody beat Sami, right? So they flashed it back to Kevin Owens versus Cody, and when that feud happened, they did it backstage. They did it where fans would likely see it, but not where it was part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Why? So that you could get the reaction not the cheers. People would have cheered Kevin Owens, which would have not been. That's not the reaction they wanted for the character in that moment. But he would have been cheered in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
This was a Chicago crowd. They were going to cheer CM Punk, and they didn't want CM Punk to. They didn't want they wanted the proper reaction. So they had Cody win the match, gets him in contention with Jey Uso. Sammy is supposed to face him. Cody's hurt, can't fight. Bring back Punk, who's always advertised to be there at the Chicago show, because of course he is.
Right.
And now you have Sammy versus Punk. Punk wins the title. You want the crowd behind him because he's about to face Cody. This is, at worst, making Sammy a transitional champion. They put the belt on Sammy to make the transition to Punk so they could have Punk versus Cody at SummerSlam. Now, I do like the idea that Sami Zayn walks away pissed off because you need, after this program is over with Punk and Cody,
you got to have somebody to step up.
I need Cody to be ready for Sammy to be pissed. I need Sammy to come in like a house on fire. I need Sammy to just light up everybody.
And I think that's what you're going to see, especially, like I said, after this this little promo, whatever outburst that happened right after. My problem is the WWE kind of insulting our intelligence. Of course it was going to be Punk. Yeah. Who the fuck else is going to take the... When Adam Pearce came out and said, we're in Chicago. Duh.
Because of course we are.
So it was just kind of insulting of just like, we're not that dumb. Of course it was going to be Punk. There was no point in serving us that buildup.
Yeah. Do you remember when Punk shows up on Collision to AEW when he debuts?
Yes.
JR's on commentary.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, we're not going to make you wait for it. We know you know it's coming. We've got like, what's another 45 seconds? We got a commercial break. Right, just hang out till we come back.
Right.
They don't say it, but he's like, I know you know.
Right.
We got a break. It's 45 seconds. See you in about a minute.
Be there in a minute.
And then they come back from break, and it's just Cult of Personality, and out comes CM Punk.
I just don't understand. Like, why insult our intelligence? That's all.
Yeah. Now, if you knew CM Punk was going to be there, and he was scheduled for an in-ring promo, we'll hear from CM Punk returning tonight in Chicago. And then later on, Cody's hurt, and you're like, we need somebody for it. And then Punk's about ready to come out. It's like, hey.
Right.
I need to talk to you about something.
Right.
And then you pull him in the back, and it's just like, I wonder what that's all about.
What's going on?
Yeah, what do we need to talk to Punk about?
What are we doing?
And then it's just like, are you serious? You're putting Punk in the main event with me? I'm defending my championship against CM Punk? He just came back. What has he done for the title? That's the conversation Sammy should have had
and
with
that's
Adam Pearce.
Exactly the shit that Sammy says afterwards.
Right.
And his big snap out blow up. I'm upset. Sad Sammy.
So now when you look at this goes back to the conversation we had when we were talking about what happened and what's next.
Yeah.
Let's look at the men's side of the world championships. Okay. Women's side's kind of dealt with in its own right. We've got Liv Morgan and Io Sky, a replay of the finals. Cool. We've got no word about Rhea, the WWE Women's Champion. We've heard nothing about Rhea. So whatever's going on with Rhea Ripley, I wish you the absolute best. We wish you speedy recovery, good health, clear decision, whatever the case may be. We send our well wishes.
Whatever's going on with you.
But at least we know there's something going on, and there's no contenders. We're not pussyfooting around it.
Right.
And the Queen of the Ring tournament has been dealt with. The winner is getting her title shot at SummerSlam, as we were promised.
Well,
on the men's side, the World Heavyweight Champion is not facing the King of the Ring. He's facing Seth Rollins. The WWE Champion is not facing the King of the Ring. He's facing Cody Rhodes. Probably. Not official yet, but probably.
What a waste of time.
So we're like, but why though? And we asked it then and we're asking it now. But why though? Like why are we
to waste our time?
Like
waste our time, take our money.
Like if you wanted to do it, just don't put stakes on it. Say you get a future title shot. Don't say when.
Don't say when.
Just say a future title shot. And then have Io say, I want you at SummerSlam, and give it to her. Right. And then Oba's like, I got my title shot whenever I want.
Whenever I want.
But and before then
right.
I'm going to take
be okay with it.
Yeah. Don't tell us that they're going to get the title shot at SummerSlam, because then I'm going to sit back as someone who prepares for a wrestling podcast. Everyone's like, all right, my world champion here. He's going to pick one. And there's going to be a contender for another one. And then, like, none of them are facing the King of the Ring. None of them. It's
stupid. Hi.
She has some appointment to go somewhere to do something. She'll be back later. Second half of the show. So because we're about as long as the wrestling program is nowadays. Our show's about as long as SmackDown. But we actually do have wrestlers of the week.
We do. And I'll let you go first this week.
Okay.
Considering what we were just talking about. So
there were actually, funny enough, for what we were just talking about, my wrestler of the week is Obafemi. Why? He cut a bomb-ass promo. None of the matches this week have stood out. But that promo, though.
He cut a badass promo on Paul Heyman.
Yeah, he did. And it's one of those things where it's just like, you believe him. Like, yeah. You believe Obafemi.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what Oba is saying. It's like, I'm with you, sir. He can say, I'm hungry. I'm going to have a turkey sandwich. There will be lettuce. There will be tomato. There will be no pickles. And it will be delicious. You're like, that sounds fucking great. I want one too, sir. I would also love a turkey sandwich served the exact same way. It doesn't matter what Obafemi says.
See, now I want to hear Obafemi order a fucking turkey sandwich.
Now I just want to take Obafemi on the drive-thru. Just interview him in the car. Be like, hey, I want to go to McDonald's. Oba's not going to eat at McDonald's, but he might. I don't fucking know. Oba
He
like
might.
that.
He might be the McDonald's eating motherfucker you ever met.
Who fucking knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Oh god,
I kind of do want to know. Now I want to know what the favorite sandwich is. I want to hear it in detail. Obafemi detail. I want that. I want the ruler's aggression.
The rulers are
as he's at Subway, or ordering a classic Italian sub. I want the shredded lettuce and the spinach and the cucumbers. Point is, Oba can talk, and I'm going to listen. And that's what this promo just kind of, it just cements that. Like,
yeah, he did.
You believe what Oba's going to say to you.
It was a good promo. It was
whether he's ordering a sandwich or threatening Brock Lesnar, I'm here to listen to whatever Oba has to say.
Oh fuck!
I love comedy. It's great. So now, what's the story on yours, sir?
This week, my wrestler of the week is The Miz. Look, man. First and foremost, The Miz is underappreciated.
He absolutely is.
I'm a big Miz fan. I'm not like blowing smoke. I love The Miz. He's in ring. He's promo. He's a worker. He is a giver. He will fucking put anybody over. You ask that man, and he will put somebody over. Right now, this program that he is on right now with Danhausen is a prime example of this dude is a company man, and he is all about the work. Yeah. I've watched him do some ridiculous shit in his career. Right now, this stuff that he's doing with Danhausen is bar none.
And Kit. Don't
yes,
forget Kit.
Can't forget. Can't. But it is wrestling gold. Okay, and
true.
The fact that there are people griping that, oh, the Miz is getting done dirty again, blah blah blah. No, understand, this dude is a worker. He is there now. He is there because the next generation needs somebody to look up to and say, I'm that guy. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to show you the things to do. I'm going to show you the things not to do, because I'm going to show you the shit that fucked me over my first time around.
Right.
He's the guy. Okay. So not only that, but with what he's got going on, but this past week with being the 4th of July and everything, apparently everybody in the company got off. No work for 4th of July for the WWE. Everybody got to go home. So the Miz actually went home to Ohio, and in Parma, Ohio, he was the Grand Marshal in the 4th of July parade with his wife and his kids. And again, this is a guy that, by all accounts, when he first came in the company, people did not want him around. People did not like him. He got the shit end of the stick a whole lot of times. And the fact that he stuck around and he's still there, he's still doing his thing. And again, helping others progress and grow in this business, in this industry, the Miz. There he is.
I have nothing else to add on to what he just said. Everything he said is absolutely true. And
he's been in the company, look, since 2001.
Oh, yeah.
It's 2026, kids.
It looks the same.
And he is a Grand Slam champion.
Two-time Grand Slam champion. So the criteria for Grand Slam champion has changed a bit.
It has.
Over the years. And if you look at both renditions of the list of the requirements to hit Grand Slam before and now, The Miz has hit all the bars. So he's a Grand Slam champion twice. And that's not an accolade a lot of people can say.
And actually, his debut was in 2003. He's been an active professional wrestler since 2001.
That checks.
His debut was August 1st, 2003.
Miz has an incredibly storied career.
He does. Like,
I have reasons for not going into too deep of a detail. I'll have to tell you this off camera. But I have reasons to not go too deep into it. But I'm also not going to disagree in the least bit, because he is totally underappreciated in the wrestling world.
So underappreciated.
And I will
insane.
leave it at that. If you want to know the details as to why I have to tell Joker off camera. But if you want to find out why, exactly. That's exactly it.
Lilith even said underappreciated.
That's exactly what she said. But you're gonna have to be at the Imaginarium. You're gonna have to be at the Imaginarium to find out.
I don't know if my dog's barking.
I also don't know what your dog's barking.
So yeah, The Miz is my wrestler of the week. There you go.
And like I said, we have no matches, so we're straight into subject.
Boom.
So I asked Joker, I'm like, hey, what are we talking about next week? And he's like, you know what? Let's talk Paul Heyman. Let's do the show on Paul Heyman. And we've talked about doing shows where we're just talking about one person and just discussing them. Today's the first one. And since you picked the Heyman Hustle.
The Heyman Hustle. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. And not only is the man the advocate, this guy. All right, look. This isn't a prediction. This is a spoiler. I'm gonna throw every Paul Heyman at you.
Got every line in.
Everyone, you're gonna hate me after this show. I swear. I am a Paul Heyman guy. Let's keep going.
Go for it. I'm just letting you keep going, man.
Paul Heyman. Let's go ahead and get personal about the man. He was born September 11th, 1965. That makes him 60 years old in New York City, New York. And he started his career not in wrestling. Okay. Paul Heyman was an entrepreneur from the age of 11, where he had a mail out service of magazines from his house.
Yeah. He did movie posters.
Yes.
He did movie posters, and then he did magazines.
That's right.
Like his own fan, his own little fan magazine. He did.
Magazines was his main thing. His mom was a Holocaust survivor.
Mm-hmm.
And he was not, in today's society, you would not think Paul Heyman is going to make it big.
Yeah.
This dude, like I said, at age 11, started his mail order business from his home. And then in his teenage years, started to go to Madison Square Gardens, where he weaseled his way in as a photographer. And he has taken some of the most recognizable and historic pictures in Madison Square Garden out of any photographer in history.
I want to talk about this con real quick, because I found the WWE produced documentary on Paul Heyman. I watched that earlier today.
Right.
For some background. This was quite genius. He wanted to get into the Madison Square Garden show. So he saw that there was like some gossip sheets that talked about Vincent J. McMahon.
Yes.
So Stephanie and Shane's grandpa.
Yeah. Vince Senior, for
is
lack of better.
So found out they like to hang out in a certain place with a certain group of people. So he called Capital Wrestling, which is what the WWE was then, the parent company was.
Yep.
And said, "Hey, I spoke with Vince McMahon at so and so restaurant where he hung out, and he promised me a press pass. Can I get that set up? Thank you." And the con worked. So he goes, picks up his press pass, and he's walking around backstage, and he just maneuvered himself in there.
Yeah,
that's a hustle. That's
at 13 years old. There's a reason he is called the Heyman Hustle.
Yeah.
At 11, it started. Hustling.
This is the things that he did with his bar mitzvah money.
Yes.
He has some savings and some bar mitzvah money.
That's right.
And because I be hearing these kids be getting just dough on their bar mitzvahs.
He started his own photo lab to develop his own work.
Yeah.
He published he's been published in the Wrestling Times magazine. That was his self-produced newsletter.
That was his letter.
And contributed to periodicals such as Pro Wrestling Illustrated, is where most of his stuff was put out, especially some of the most noticeable pictures.
Yeah. And that PWI.
Yes.
That PWI.
Yeah. And then he, at 14, was when he finally secured that press pass permanently as a photographer for CWP, which is one of the companies of WWF back in the day.
Yeah.
And so he was a Madison Square Garden regular, but some of the pictures on my notes, I took so many notes on Paul Heyman. He started getting in with all the right guys: Lou Albano, Fred Blassie, the Grand Wizard, all these guys, and because of that, he got pictures that nobody else would have been able to get.
Yeah.
So he's mingling backstage, and as the kid, he's getting that attention. And those three guys that I just named off are the wrestling three wise men back in that time.
In the 80s?
In the 70s and 80s.
Those were it.
You know, so and they were the big heels. They were the big bad guys.
Yeah.
So that was the inspiration for Paul to step into that. I think I know what I want to do instead of just pictures. Maybe, you know.
Now there are some other hustles that this guy went through, and how I watched this documentary and I listened to this story. And I'm just thinking, there are some things that this man did that to me are just like,
look, dude, while this is going on in the 70s, early 70s, into the 80s, all this shit's going on. He's hustling. He's getting to know all these guys. He's doing stuff for different promotions, not just WWE. He's doing stuff for Crockett Promotions, where you know he got to meet Dusty Rhodes during the Crockett promotion days. While he's doing that, he starts getting involved with Studio 54 in New York City, where he starts becoming this guy. Like, he's booking shows and events for Studio 54. There was one, the big thing that got him started with 54 with the industry was Wrestle Party 85.
Yes, and that's a fun story. So to get to Wrestle Party, he's talking about Studio 54. He's 19 years old, guys.
Yeah.
He's not old enough to drink, shouldn't be anywhere near Studio 54.
Nowhere near.
So he's got one of his wrestling buddies, calls Studio 54, and is like, yo, I got this wrestler, this celebrity. How about we come through and take some pictures and stuff in your spot? They're like, cool, we love the exposure. He shows. He's doing this here and there once or twice. And then their actual main photographer goes into like a drunken stupor or whatever.
Couldn't take pictures.
Gets fired.
Yeah.
And now they're like, I need a head photographer. It's like, do you now? Here I am.
I'm the guy.
So Paul Heyman's like, they're like, can you do it? Of course I can.
Of course I can.
So now, which is the correct answer no matter who you are or what you're doing. If someone's like, hey, here's a job in front of you. Can you do it? Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can. And then he was. And then they needed someone to start booking because the Palladium opened up. And when the Palladium opened up, they were losing their people at Studio 54 to the Palladium. So what does Studio 54 do? He's like, hey,
I got an
idea. An event planner. I'll be your event planner. And I got an idea. Let me use this guy, connect with a bunch of people. Let me call up, he was supposed to call up Hogan? Try to get Hogan first with WWE.
Yeah, he tried to get Hogan first. It didn't work through.
They were on the West Coast.
Right. So then he got a hold of Crockett because he was still doing work with Crockett Promotions at the time. He got Ric Flair. He got Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA.
And Bam Bam Bigelow.
And that was the debut of Bam Bam Bigelow.
That's right.
That was the very first time anybody had ever seen Bam Bam Bigelow on this big on the main stage. So
that Bam Bam Bigelow, that Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam Bigelow, fire fucking tattoo dome piece. That Bam Bam Bigelow.
Man of the Year, that was the award that they gave Ric Flair just to make a spectacle out of it. Why? Why not?
Yeah.
And that was Wrestling Party 85.
Party 85.
And that was Paul Heyman's first show he booked. And you mentioned Dusty. The connection he made with Dusty, again, this is one of those really good hustles. He again was at he flew down to where they were going to do a show, where Crockett was doing a show. Dusty was booking, and there was a production meeting. And he saw the sign for the production meeting. So he goes in with this little press pass, and he sits in the back of the room, just in the back.
Yeah.
And Dusty walks up to him and is like, come on, man. And he's like, all right, you know what? That's the game over. It's about to be done. And he's like, what are you doing? And then he pulls the greatest pimp line out he could have. What am I doing? I'm learning from you. I'm learning from the best. That was the right answer, apparently. And Dusty's like, all right, come in here and keep taking notes. So now he's in the back of the room. Next week, he's a little bit further up against the wall. Next week, according to Dusty in that interview, he's like, he was practically in my lap.
Yep.
And so that's where Heyman learns to book. And what you ultimately learn from all this is that Paul Heyman learned it wasn't so much the hustle, but it was making opportunities when opportunities weren't there.
He created it all. Everything about Paul Heyman is self-made.
Yeah.
Undeniably self-made. Everything that did he have the right people in his corner and pushing him in the right direction at this point where we are in the story of Paul Heyman? Yes.
Absolutely. But that's not by accident.
No, because he started making all these opportunities for himself. He put himself in the right places at the right time and started knowing who to fucking talk to.
Mm-hmm.
So
and
then
knew how to talk to him.
How to talk to him. This dude can talk. He could. There's a thing, an old saying, you sell ice water to an Alaskan. Yeah. Paul Heyman's that fucking guy. So he's doing all this shit, right? And he gets deeper and deeper into wrestling. He's already dying for it. He already knows this is the industry he wants to be in. So now he starts getting more involved. He starts thinking, I can become like a manager.
Yeah.
I'm not athletic. He admits it. I'm not athletic, but I can talk and I can sell somebody.
I forgot which wrestler it was that he was connected to, but one of them was just like, "Hey man, you should be a manager."
It was Bam Bam Bigelow.
That's what it was.
Bam Bigelow was the one that said, "You need to do this and do it on the indie circuit." So Paul Heyman spent some time in the indies. It was northeastern United States. He was in Championship Wrestling from Florida, so it was CWF. And that's where he met Kevin Sullivan and Oliver Humperdinck.
Mm-hmm.
And that is when it gets interesting with Paul Heyman. For those of you that are Paul Heyman fans now, or just getting into wrestling, probably don't know who Paul E. Dangerously is.
You're about to.
Paul E. Dangerously is a bad man. Paul E. Dangerously walked around with a cell phone that was the size of a cinder block brick.
Now, not this size cell phone.
Oh, no.
Not this size cell phone.
No. Let's see. This is not even close.
Like this size cell phone.
This is even small.
Like we're talking this size. Like, hold on. Like I can't hear you, but imagine having like a bottle of wine on the side of your head. Any picture from the 80s where someone's holding those gigantic cell phones, that's what real cell phones look like. And not everybody had them.
So the idea with the idea with the cell phone was to make him look like a big shot, right? Because this is 1987, 88 time frame, and so you had to have money in order to have a cell phone. Yeah. So to have the cell phone, it made Paul E look like somebody. He had the little rat ponytail going on. Look, actually, no, before the rat ponytail, Paul E Dangerously sold the mullet like it was nobody's business.
That's fair. That's true. And I remember he mentioned this about the cell phone. He mentioned this like he saw the phone and he saw how heavy it was. It was like, you could beat somebody in the head with something like this.
Hey. It becomes a weapon.
Now, and he channeled Jim Cornette.
Yes. So
Jim Cornette had the tennis racket.
And
he had the cell phone. So it was
which ironically enough, when all of this starts going on, is when Heyman actually becomes the manager of the Midnight Express,
the original, and
then has a feud with Jim Cornette, who is
managing the Midnight
Express.
So they took the name, and Jim Cornette's tag team was also using the name the Midnight Express.
Correct.
When Heyman had a connection with the original guys who are known as the Midnight Express. So when these two are coming together, they're like, it writes itself. Yeah. You ever hear a storyline that writes itself? A tag team with a manager and a tag team with a manager. Both of these guys are the Midnight Express. So now you got the guys with the originals coming back for their name, basically.
Yep.
And it writes itself. What else can you do?
And the cool part about this, while this is going on, because you got to, at the time, Jim Cornette's already a foundated dude. Everybody knows who Corny is, right?
Yeah.
Heyman's making his way. He's starting to get that momentum of people are starting to know who he is. He's managing. He starts creating not really stables, so to speak, but he starts picking up talent.
Yeah.
He starts managing more.
Yeah.
Mean Mark Callis. For those of
I've never heard of that person.
For those of you that do not know who that is, that would be The Undertaker.
The Undertaker.
Who knew that The Undertaker's a Paul Heyman guy?
Oh yeah. The list of Paul Heyman guys.
The list of Paul Heyman guys is amazing. Stone Cold Steve Austin is a fucking Paul Heyman guy.
Stunning Steve. This is when we get into the
Big Show is a fucking Paul Heyman guy.
yeah. Cesaro. Claudio Castagnoli.
Rick
Paul Heyman
Rude.
guy.
Rick Rude, Arn Anderson, Bobby Eaton, Larry Zbyszko.
The most difficult note I took all day was me trying to spell Zbyszko.
Ha! The Dangerous Alliance was a big, big thing for Paul Heyman. 1991. We have fast forwarded to WCW Paul E. Dangerously time, where Paul was kind of. This is a time where he's doing double duty. He's managing, and he also starts doing commentary, where he starts building a relationship with now Hall of Famer as well, Jim Ross, old JR.
Old JR.
And you've got some amazing on-screen back and forth banter. You have some of the most amazing color commentary that WCW had ever seen up until this point. JR is always good on the mic. At bar level, so high.
Yeah. Now we're talking
so high.
Now for newer fans, it's important we highlight this is WCW that we're talking about. So JR talked about in that same documentary, which is free on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
So you can watch this whole documentary that I got all my information from. And JR himself talks about how he took Paul Heyman under his wing. And Paul Heyman will turn around and say that he learned more about being a manager from doing color commentary with JR, because you got to see the story from a different angle because you have to report on it. And even JR talks about how when you have someone like Paul Heyman on commentary and he's telling you what he's thinking, Paul Heyman points out holes in the storylines. He points out the thing that maybe the writers skipped or missed. And that made the writers better. That made commentary better, made the wrestlers better. Mind you, this is just a slick kid from New York who weaseled his way into a building once.
Legitimately weaseled his way into everything that he's done up until this point, for sure.
And now he's walking with one of the best color commentators there has ever been
in the industry.
Period, bar none. I would say to date, JR, good old JR, good old Jim Ross, still the number one best commentator. Period.
It's arguable with Michael Cole.
Michael Cole wouldn't be Michael Cole if it wasn't for
without JR. I agree, 100%. And Cole would probably say that too.
Now, has Cole definitely earned his flowers? Yeah. A million times over at this point. So yeah, we'll absolutely give the flowers to Michael Cole.
Yeah.
But Michael Cole is a seed planted by Jim Ross.
Yes.
And so yeah, all the love to Jim Ross. But even Jim Ross said he learned a couple things, and the industry learned a few things from having Paul Heyman working alongside him, which is why you had such a big deal when he was doing the commentary in WWF.
Right.
But we're not there in the story.
We're not there
Paul
yet.
Heyman.
We're not there yet.
We're so far away. We're at the Deadly Alliance, which only lasted a year.
So the Dangerous Alliance only lasted, and they 1992. They just steamrolled. They fucking dominated. They were recognized as probably one of the most villainous factions ever. Like, we see factions now or even after the Dangerous Alliance that are like, oh man, they're doing some pretty nasty shit. No, the Dangerous Alliance pulled some pretty dirty shit. So they were considered one of the most villainous, evil factions of WCW, hands down. And then in 93, early in 93 is when Heyman actually departed from WCW. There was some backstage shit that went on. There were some lawsuits that were filed. I believe it was a wrongful termination suit and a discrimination, ethnic discrimination against Paul Heyman. And it was the matter was resolved, parties privately out of court.
Yes.
So he went his separate ways from WCW in 1993. And when that happened, this is back before you had your 90-day no compete clause. There really was no such thing because people weren't under contracts.
Yeah.
You were an employee or you weren't.
The industry was so different then.
It was way different. It was not young, but you had guys that were just starting to realize, hey, we can make money. So Heyman being the hustle that he's already portrayed to be, as soon as he leaves, he starts making phone calls and gets a hold of Crockett Jr. down in Texas and does a small stint with Crockett Jr. Promotions. I don't think it even lasted a year.
No, because I think they got bought.
Right.
They got bought out.
Yes. So they got bought out. And then when he left there was when he left and joined Eastern Championship Wrestling.
He had a stint in Memphis.
Yes.
Where he had some good rivalries with Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah. That actually happens. I'm in my notes. He did, yeah.
Because that would have been before Eastern Championship Wrestling, because Eastern Championship Wrestling, if you're getting the letters together and you think that there's a connection.
Well, they were affiliated with the NWA, which was the National Wrestling Alliance. And that company was owned at the time by Todd Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
And another big name in the industry at the time was Eddie Gilbert, who was also a big booker. Heyman pretty much took over. Like, this is where you've got Paul Heyman creating something extra from a little bit of something that was already there.
Yeah. And he's an opportunist.
Correct.
So something, again, Paul Heyman finds himself in the right spots. And he kind of is like, what can I do today?
Yeah.
So he does this job today.
He does this
job
today.
Learns that job while doing this job. Then someone inevitably fucks up.
Yes.
And gets fired. And Paul Heyman's the first one to be like.
First one. Look, he was doing coaching. He was doing developmental work. He's helping do character work, especially with the younger talent. And then our man, Eddie Gilbert, like I said, pretty big name at the time. He fucks up and says, I'm done. Paul steps up and says, let me take control.
I can do it.
He becomes the head of the head booker for ECW,
Eastern Championship Wrestling.
Now,
what year are we at now?
We are in 1993. This is September of 93.
So I want to pause for just a second because I want to bring some things up. I want you to think back, ladies and gentlemen, to the culture of the country in 1993. And then I want you to think about what WCW and WWF were doing in 1993. Okay. We're talking 1993. We're talking Tupac. We're talking hip hop is big from the 80s. We're talking around that period of time, things start to shift in the 90s. We talk about this on Socko and the Moon, that when you're looking at horror, for example, what you see in movies from the late 80s and the early 90s as they transition into 94, 95, 96, based on what people are into, what kids are watching these days, the way fashion is changing, the attitudes are changing. Paul Heyman was a lot younger than a Bill Watts or a Vince McMahon, either of them. And he is like, I see what people are looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I see what people are finding interesting. And this shit right here, and this shit right here, this ain't it. So at this point, when he's running Eastern Championship Wrestling, he's like, we're going to have to do things a little bit differently here. We have to do something a little different, just a little bit more edgy. No, that's not the right E word. What's the right E word? Not edgy, but
extra?
No, that's close. That's close. Not quite extra, but
exciting.
So much closer. So much closer. I feel like we're right there. Right there. Like
exclusive.
We're extremely close. We're extremely close.
Extreme.
And Eastern Championship Wrestling becomes Extreme Championship Wrestling, the proper use of ECW.
And the cool thing that the way that happened was there was a ECW Eastern Championship had a tournament to crown the new NWA champion.
Mm-hmm.
No. No. That's not how it's going to happen because Paul E. Dangerously, still not running by Paul Heyman.
No.
He is running things as Paul E. Dangerously. Says that's not how we're doing. And yeah.
This is the Shane Douglas tournament, right?
This is Shane Douglas tournament. And after winning the final match, publicly rejected the NWA title and declared the ECW Heavyweight Championship as the only title that he would recognize. And that was the very moment after that incident was when the company was rebranded as Extreme Championship Wrestling, dropping its NWA affiliation. They left their no longer affiliated with NWA at this point and dropped the Eastern label.
Yeah. Now you have to understand something. This is 93. This is the new era of WWF.
Yeah.
We're in that Bret Hart era. We're still in that Bob Backlund era thing. Towards the end of Bob Backlund.
It's still very superhero-ish.
It's very, we got like the Cat Burglar as a gimmick as a wrestler.
It's very family
cartoony.
Very family oriented.
And this is, and you have to understand that what you recognize as the WWE today is nothing close to what WWE was then.
No.
To reject the NWA World's Championship is wrestling sacrilege at this point.
It was a slap in the face of professional wrestling.
Do you want to understand the impact of this championship? No pun intended, but pun intended. The impact of this championship. That championship has ties to the ECW championship, as Joker just told us. What do you want to know what it looked like? Can you see the gold belt right there?
It is the heavyweight championship.
That was the NWA World Championship belt
World
for a while.
Heavyweight Championship.
Ties to WCW. That's where we got that design from. Because it went from, before it was in WWE in the 2003 era on Raw, it was in WCW as the WCW Heavyweight Championship. But before that, it was the NWA Championship. NWA's ties to that title. Ties to the WWF by proxy. Ties to TNA. That was the Impact joke. Because NWA TNA is how that show started in 2002. They were affiliated with the NWA.
Uh-huh.
And then they left in like 2007.
Right.
Or, yeah, about 2007.
Yep.
They left TNA. TNA left the NWA. And so you look at some early NWA championships, and you're going to get to a point where you're looking at AJ Styles, Jeff Jarrett, Christian Cage, Ron the Truth Killings, which, if I'm not mistaken, is only like one of 2 black champions the NWA's ever had. And the other one, it was what was his name? Tyrus, who's like mixed, so he counts he's biracial. It's the only other one. It's just Tyrus. It's Ron the Truth Killings and Tyrus.
Tyrus.
Championship has been around for like 73 years. And I think they've only had 2
Progress.
black champions.
Progress.
And mind you, this is after TNA, so it was after 2002 when they got the first one.
Oh my God.
But that's the championship lineage of the. So
the
to think about
title.
to think of this as that championship,
Right.
which again I apologize that we didn't talk about this in the World Championship material episode. I feel like we got to redo that episode almost, or do another episode talking about
Another
the
one
NWA.
talking about just NWA.
Yeah, we'll just do that. We'll call Wayne
sure.
back. We'll
Yeah.
get Wayne back in here. But that's the importance of that championship. That's the point of all that, was to say, like, this is that championship in the world of wrestling.
Yeah.
And for any organization to call themselves legit and then reject that title,
Throw it away.
you're starting trouble.
So
You are living dangerously.
and
I mean that with all
and
puns.
He did. Because now you've got ECW that is no longer Eastern Championship Wrestling. It is Extreme Championship Wrestling. So now you have a program, a company that is serving you something you've not seen on any other level. Okay, you're combining lucha libre, you're combining hardcore wrestling, and you're combining Japanese
Strong style.
Japanese strong style. Sorry. All 3 of these with what we already know as professional wrestling.
Americanized
pro wrestling. And the storylines and everything are all being written by Paul. He's the one amping up the talent behind the scenes. He's the one getting things done for them to be noticed.
Yeah.
You're doing house shows that are being televised. You're having house shows for this company that just said, fuck you to the NWA and its major title. We're going to go talk to Vince McMahon, my buddy, and say, hey, Vince, I did this thing. You're doing this thing with cable. Help a brother out.
They had a pretty good professional wrestling.
They had a very good
professional
professional relationship. Even still to this day, I don't think you ever really hear Paul Heyman say a shit word about Vince. Even now when he's asked, the difference between now era, the Triple H era to the Vince era, it's night and day. That's his answer. It's different. It's new.
Yeah. Which is the right answer, because
Right.
you have to remember that Paul Heyman wasn't just talent. He was an employee in the back. He was doing creative for SmackDown.
Yep.
After a while. So he has a different perspective on things than we do.
And ECW had a really good run. A lot of talent was produced from ECW. Tommy Dreamer eventually starts taking over for Heyman. Closer to the end of ECW original, because later on down the line, we know that WWE purchases That was a lovely era as well.
WWE CW is what we call it.
Yeah.
It was a time.
It was a time. In 2001 is when you see ECW kind of fall away.
Yeah, they had to file for bankruptcy.
And that is when Mr. Heyman goes back to then WWF. So we are before the get the F out.
Before Vince lost his match with the Pandas.
His come back to the company March of that year of 2001 is where he replaces Jerry the King Lawler on commentary. This is during the Raw is War era. Lawler actually kind of left out from the company because there was some shit going down with his then wife.
This is the cat, right?
Stacy the Cat Carter.
Yeah,
and
was
a
mess.
So for Heyman to come back in as commentary was comfortable though because he comes back into commentary with his buddy, good old JR.
Yeah. So if they come together, and when you go back and you watch some of those Raws after Heyman shows up, they do seem already familiar, and already comfortable. And I didn't understand it at the time because I missed all of the stuff that happened with Paul Heyman up to this point in the story.
Right.
I was not privy to.
Okay.
I didn't watch ECW. I knew what it was. I knew who Paulie Dangerously was.
Right.
I didn't watch. I knew who Rob Van Dam, Tommy Dreamer, Sandman, Sabu, Raven. I knew who they were by proxy.
Right.
My other wrestling friends knew who they were. They talked about it. I didn't watch this product. This is one of those times where you didn't get the channel, or maybe you just weren't watching at the right times, or you didn't have someone who you could trade tapes with. Tape trading is something I totally missed out on.
Big time tape trading.
I totally missed out on tape trading, which sucks because one of the first things I bought with my money was a VCR because I didn't want to miss wrestling when it was on if I had to go out or do something or be with the family.
Record it.
So I could record it, and that was I had a VCR in my room that I bought. It was mine, and I was just like, that's just something I really wish I could have been a part of, was the tape trading. And that's where a lot of ECW got a lot of the word of mouth, tape trading.
Right.
And I missed out on all of that. So I pick up on Paul Heyman at about this time. We're in the 2001 time frame. We are in the post simulcast of WCW, ECW, or WCW, WWF.
We are right now hitting the invasion storyline.
Yeah.
So this is where you have Shane is supposedly owning WCW now.
Yeah, because that happens back in March 29th, I want to say, 29th or 23rd.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
It was the 29th, 23rd of 2001. And that's when Vince is wanting Ted Turner to sign over WCW at WrestleMania. But during the simulcast, Shane shows up on Nitro in Panama City Beach. And it's like, I now own WCW. And you don't really hear much about this for a while. But Nitro's off the air.
Yeah.
It was the last episode of Nitro. And then you get to June, and I think it was Booker T interfering in the WWF Championship match with Stone Cold Steve Austin at King of the Ring. And that's when we see Booker T, who won the WCW Championship on the last episode of Nitro.
Yeah.
So he's WCW champion, and he just hit the WWF champion on a WWF pay-per-view.
Yep.
Welcome to the invasion.
And then that was when the Alliance was formed. And then that whole entire storyline finished out at Survivor Series, which has always been in November.
Yep.
And they had the winner take all event.
5-on-5.
Yep.
The 5-on-5 elimination style match.
That was, and then right when that finished out, Paul was written off of television, and that was when Lawler comes back and takes his position back on commentary.
Representing WWF.
Correct. Then you start getting into Paul Heyman, the Advocate.
Because you have to understand where we are timeline-wise. We are in November 2001.
2001.
And there's a big debut in 2002.
2002. Paul Heyman is now the head writer for SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
So he has now this dude's climbed the ladder, guys. Starting out 13 years old, taking memorable pictures. And now fast forward to 2002. And this dude has not only owned his own wrestling company, but now he is a head writer for SmackDown.
Imagine that. Imagine weaseling your way into a job, creating positions for yourself. He had the credibility of the publication he created because he just started it. And now that's the credibility that he gives. And he rode that wave of BS all the way
to head writer.
To head writer of, WWF SmackDown.
And he rode that train of head writer for a full year, where SmackDown actually was beating the shit out of Raw in the rating scale, which kind of was a no-go because Raw is supposed to be the flagship show.
And it wasn't. I remember SmackDown at this time.
And it wasn't.
And SmackDown, historically, SmackDown has always been a better show than Raw.
Oh, yeah. But
in a lot of ways, even today, there are elements of SmackDown that's still a better show.
Yeah. But yeah, so then you've got the launching of our guy, Brock Lesnar. But you've got Heyman's also at the same time, he's mentoring behind the scenes. He's wrestlers like Taz, who, was with ECW, is now with the company.
Right.
Lesnar debuting in 2002. Heyman is his manager. He's his mouthpiece. And this is where you start getting where The Rock at SummerSlam, where Brock Lesnar becomes, at the time, the youngest WWE undisputed heavyweight champion.
Yes.
And then while all of this is going on, Heyman then starts again. This is where you see Heyman start building more of a stable, if you will, because this is after, when I say stable, a lot of people are like, "What do you mean?" Bobby Heenan days. That was a stable. Bobby Heenan was managing 20 fucking wrestlers at one time. So Paul Heyman starts doing the same thing. He takes on the Big Show at the same time that he's managing Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And then in 2003, while he is now managing Brock Lesnar and the Big Show, he is no longer writing for SmackDown, but he becomes the GM of SmackDown.
I don't remember that era.
This is this is after Stephanie departed as the GM.
Oh, after the No Mercy match.
She
with
lost
her
the No
father,
Mercy match with her dad.
which is a brutal match.
Yes. If you've never seen the No Mercy McMahon versus McMahon.
Yeah, this is a like no holds barred match, father versus daughter, and this. I feel like this match exemplifies everything that you think about Vince McMahon. Like
Yeah.
if you picture a person who you think is a shit person and probably a shit father, and watch this match. Part of me, as much as I love wrestling, I watch this match and I'm like, he's enjoying way too much of this.
Yep.
Like, he's not that good of an actor because we've seen him act. He's not that good of an actor. He's actually enjoying this. And this is bothersome.
Yep.
So we're talking about Paul.
Yeah, we're talking about Paul. He's now the GM of SmackDown, and this lasts for about a year. And then the draft. There's a nasty feud between him and Bischoff, where essentially I quit.
Yeah.
And then that's when Kurt Angle steps in as GM. And at this time, while Paul steps away, he legitimately took some time away from the company. I don't think he actually quit or was like taken off of contract. But there was a period between 04 and 05 where he really wasn't doing anything.
I think this was the demotion to OVW.
Yes. He was reassigned is how it is listed in anything that you read or watch. Even when you talk to Paul Heyman, when he talks about his time in OVW, it wasn't a demotion. It was his time to go and help the younger generation coming up.
So he starts working here.
He's down here. And this is where he picks up CM Punk. And starts helping out with developmental in a way that he does now, where he's sharing knowledge that he learned on the road with all these old school wrestlers that he was either managing or just toting around on the road. You've got him working with the guys now. Then down there, I think RVD was even in the OVW program for a little bit. Big Show,
probably in a rehab thing.
Yeah, Big
Show is here for rehabbing.
Down here for rehab.
Miz, Beth Phoenix.
Yeah, he's worked with. When we talk about the Heyman influence, this is where I feel it really starts the paradigm shift, if you will, of I'm not just an on-screen manager. I am now really managing talent behind the scenes. I'm directing them in the right way of here's how you grow. Here's how you should cut a promo. This is why this makes sense. This is why, we're doing this because of this later down the road.
Right. And helping people understand that why.
And now with OVW not being a big part now with WWE, that was the developmental program.
Yeah.
And you can thank Paul Heyman for it being as good as it was during that time.
Yeah.
If he
before there was an NXT.
If he hadn't have came down, OVW, I really truly feel OVW would have fallen apart. And it would have not been it wouldn't be here still today if Paul Heyman hadn't have came down.
We're talking 06, 07, right?
Yeah.
Roughly. That 05, 07 kind of period.
Yeah.
So think of Katie Lee Burchill in TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Or she was Winter when she got to TNA. ODB would have been OVW at that time. We may have even had like a Mickey James down here around that time, Lexus Lurie. There's a lot of names outside of WWE
Yeah.
that were influenced at OVW that went on to influence wrestling.
Because of Paul Heyman.
Because Mickey James, ODB, these are Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to ODB, who's going to be inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame this October at Belfort. Huge fan of ODB. She was just loud and just raunchy in the best way of pro wrestling. like just imagine like the t-shirt with the big hands on the chest. First person I ever see wearing a shirt like that was ODB. That was ODB. And I think anybody else wearing that shirt is basically wearing a design stolen from ODB.
Right.
I don't care. Because the last time I checked, the only time I saw someone's name on that shirt was ODB.
After his time down in OVW, that's when I guess everybody in the office up in the big league in Stanford decides, hey, we're going to call you back because you're doing such a good job. And this is the resurrection, quote unquote, or the revival of ECW. It spent some time on the Sci-Fi Channel. It was absolute trash.
Yep.
Paul Heyman even he regrets the shit out of it. Yep. Anything that I've read or seen him talk about, it is terrible, and it did not last very long at all.
Everyone hated it. Talent hated it.
Talent hated it. Vince hated it.
Everyone hated it.
And it did not last. So then now you get into him coming back into 2012 after the ECW ordeal went down. This transpired between 05 and 06. From 06 to 2012, Paul kind of stepped away.
This is where Paul Heyman is focusing on family.
Yes.
And this is where looking for Larry becomes a thing.
Yeah.
His production company.
Yep.
It's still running.
It's still running, still there. Yeah. He comes back to WWE in 2012. And the big reason why really was because of Brock. This is when Brock leaves the UFC and comes back. And this is he spoke up and said, I want Paul to be my mouthpiece again. Only one way for that to happen. Paul's got to come back to the company. And then you've got him at the time. He is now managing Lesnar and CM Punk.
Yeah. It helped that Lesnar wasn't there full time. So he could spend most of his time with CM Punk. But that's when you had that really good, that's, mind you, we talk about the summer of Punk. It was referenced just last night.
Yeah.
I think Michael Cole referred to this as the summer of Punk 2 because Punk won the title. So the summer of Punk.
Yeah. Summer of Punk.
This is WWF Championship reign where he gets a Paul Heyman, and those two together, absolute gold.
Yep. And, while he's doing this is when you've got Curtis Axel that comes into the picture. Ryback is also a Paul Heyman guy at this time.
Claudio
for
Cesaro.
Just for a very small time right after he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. And the storyline just didn't go anywhere.
No.
But of course, the relationship with Heyman and Lesnar continues. He's the advocate
Yeah, repped him last night. Like this is still a thing.
It's still a
you
thing.
Still connect these two.
You've got the 21 and 1 or 21 and 0 match at Lesnar finally taking out the Undertaker's streak
At WrestleMania.
At Mania.
The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30.
Yes.
Streak, of course, always on the line when you're wrestling. When he beats him. And he goes from 21 and 0 to 21 and 1. And that's when Paul Heyman refers to himself as the one behind the one in 21 and 1.
Yep. Rise the train until 2020. That's a long time,
What happens in 2020?
2020 is when the world stopped, sir. COVID happened. But thank goodness, really, for COVID, because I don't think had COVID not happened, I don't think we would have seen the birth of the wise man.
No. A lot of things changed at this point. Mind you, this is a global health pandemic, not a political issue. And Roman Reigns was away for a while because of his leukemia.
Yep.
He was at risk. But they took this opportunity to revamp the character. And what a rebrand.
Dude.
Because let's pause for a second, rewind a few years, and talk about where Roman Reigns was at this time. Shortly before this feud, before the pandemic, we had Baron Corbin putting dog food down his throat because he was the big dog.
He was the big dog.
In the Undertaker's yard. The big
My
dog.
yard.
Big
I
dog.
took your yard. It's dog
Big
yard.
dog. Like, that's as stupid as I looked doing that just now. That's how stupid this character was. We were being force-fed Roman Reigns as this next big thing, this next tough guy, the breakaway guy from the Shield, and nobody. And if we do an episode on Roman Reigns, which I hope you do, because I designed a graphic for him.
Oh, you have to.
And I never got the chance to use it. So I just want to use the graphic. The thing about Roman, he got an unfair shake. He really did. He was the runner-up, and I want to say the 2015 Rumble was the one Batista won. And when Batista won that Rumble, Roman was the runner-up. Nobody wanted Batista to win. He was just a guy coming back for dumb reason, just to be there. He had a movie coming out, so it was like, another dude promoting a show, blah, whatever. Roman then wins. He runner-up. So I'm looking at this. I remember saying, Roman's going to win next year. The reaction to him not winning highlights him winning next year.
Mm-hmm.
The next year comes, and WWF fucked up because right before the Royal Rumble, Daniel Bryan returned, and everyone loved Daniel Bryan. So now we're expecting to see Daniel Bryan in the Rumble, and then we do, and then he's gone. I want to say he's eliminated by Bray Wyatt, and once Daniel Bryan is out of this Rumble, the crowd turns on the rest of the match. It wouldn't have mattered who won. The crowd was not going to accept them because they wanted Daniel Bryan. Roman wins. Everyone's hating on Roman Reigns from this day forward. If you remember the build-up immediately after this,
Mm-hmm.
the Authority, I remember what they were called. The Authority even had at their whatever that intermittent show, they changed the name of it. Roadblock. I think it was the
Yep.
one. They made Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns with his world title shot on the line as a match. And the reason why they made that a match is because they needed to convince the crowd that Roman Reigns deserved it. And the only way they could do that by have Roman Reigns beating Daniel Bryan with this on the line. This is how far they went to for this to happen. That's how badly they needed to do that. And this is where Roman was at this period of time.
Right.
We're not buying it. We're not buying Roman. He's still in his Shield gear years after the Shield has ended. He's still using the Shield's music long after the Shield's ended. Banner, 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 banner. That's it. And the rebrand.
The rebrand saved his life.
Oh yeah.
Paul Heyman saved Roman Reigns' career.
And that's the reason why I have an Ulafala. Or even know what that is.
Look, I'm telling you right now, this is again the Heyman hustle, the influence of Paul Heyman. Why is he so important to wrestling? This is another reason. All of these things that we've been talking to, almost 2 hours of talking about Paul Heyman, and all of these things are culminating into this man has made careers. This man, CM Punk would not be CM Punk if it wasn't for Paul Heyman.
Facts.
Roman Reigns would not be the tribal chief if not for Paul Heyman.
Quite literally, because apparently Vince wanted to call him something else. I forgot what it was.
I don't remember.
Tribal
what it was
chief
either.
Is not what they wanted to call him.
No.
This was referenced in, again, that same interview with Chris Van Vliet.
And
so,
you know,
to watch that interview.
His ties with the Ananoy family is just, it's already there because he had worked with Soka.
The Wild Samoans, and then there's another Samoan tag team from the same family. I think it's the one that had Rikishi in it.
Yeah, Rikishi's
before Rikishi was Rikishi.
Yeah,
he was still.
So it made sense for him to align himself, and then you have the bloodline that comes from this.
The saga.
From the saga, which again we've talked about this before in other shows. Hands down, probably one of the best storylines ever to be put on television for professional wrestling is the Bloodline story. It's still fucking going on now. That's how fucking tough.
We're like in chapter 4 of this saga,
dude.
I think the Mega Power breakup is the only storyline that even compares.
And this, look, the Bloodline storyline, I know a lot of people feel like it's getting old or they're tired of it, but look, it's never going to go away. While there is a fucking breath in any Anoa'i fucking family member, while there is Samoans walking this earth, there will be Bloodline.
Yeah, we haven't even seen Zilla yet. In WWF, like in WWE, like the pandas are coming after me. So we haven't even got Zilla here yet. We still have chapters here in the United States in wrestling that are waiting to happen. We haven't had Jacob crowned yet.
Right.
We haven't, because that world title run is coming.
But
I don't know when, but it's coming.
All of this is because of Paul Heyman. The Usos were drowning before the Bloodline story.
Pay-per-view pre-shows with the New Day.
Drowning. Paul Heyman rebranded the Usos with this Bloodline story.
Mm-hmm.
Then he brings in Solo.
Yep.
Another family member. They're all Fatus.
Literally brothers. The Usos and Solo are literally brothers.
Literally brothers.
Like the Usos are twins. and they have a little brother, and that little brother is Solo Sikoa. Like literally same parents.
So this storyline's so badass that while this is going on, you get the day one program, January 1st, 2022. The day one program where Paul Heyman supposedly is gonna be back with Brock Lesnar, and you get the stab in the back. Screwed his dude. He betrayed Brock Lesnar.
Day one was when they had when Brock won the title. Because that's when he beat Big E.
Right. And it was a couple weeks later that he betrayed Brock.
Mm-hmm.
And went back with Roman.
Yes.
And the Wise Man saga lasts from 2020 until 2025. So 5 full years of the Wise Man.
And in some sense, we're still doing it.
Still doing it. But now you've got, in 2025, Paul Heyman now turns from the Wise Man into the Oracle, where once again we find our hero, Paul Heyman, saving lives, saving careers, making superstars.
Ron Breaker.
Freaking Rollins was not drowning.
No.
But because of Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins skyrockets. The vision is created. Braun Breaker is brought into the picture. Austin Theory recreated. This kid was getting ready to fall off the face of the earth.
Yeah. I listen, talk about Austin Theory. Austin Theory is underappreciated also. He's always 100%. Had the talent. 100%. His gimmick was
terrible.
His gimmick was god awful. Remember when he found an egg? Yeah, I know. Austin Theory wish they didn't bring it up either. So it was a promotional thing for like one of the Rock's movies.
Yes, I do remember that, because that was when we started the Chosen One storyline with Austin Theory and Vince McMahon.
Yeah, and it was terrible.
It was god awful.
The worst. I remember watching a match where there were literal zombies around ringside to help promote a movie.
I really
even that wasn't as bad as this gimmick story, whatever, with Austin Theory and Vince McMahon.
I really felt like they were going to bury him with this story. Like I thought that was like their goal. Like, let's get rid of this kid some way. Let's get him to tap out.
Let's take, and you have to understand, when it comes to pro wrestling, your value is in how you're perceived by the fans. Because if you're not going to sell, if you work for Joker and Joker buries you completely, and I want to pick you up, but I can't make money off of a joke unless I can rebrand you.
It was getting that bad that
it was getting that bad that we almost couldn't save Austin Theory.
No, like I don't think he could have even handled in the indies. Like had he left the company, no. He would not be a professional wrestler.
You would have had, and it's hard to say that now because like you look at Karrion Kross or Killer Kross, you look at Bishop Dyer, you look at Shotzi Blackheart.
Yep.
Leo Rush, Blackheart Leo Rush. Yeah. And look at what they're doing on the indies. You look at people like Swerve and Athena and what they did when they left the E and went somewhere else and were able to reinvent themselves. But all of that aside, none of them were given the same BS as Austin Theory was. The closest thing would have been FTR. And the back shaving thing, that got weird very fast.
Them and probably even Toni Storm.
She literally had a cake thrown in her face a couple weeks before she left the company.
Yeah.
Like the last thing we see of Tony Storm in WWE is her getting kicked.
And I really think that this is that version of what was getting ready to happen with Austin Theory. And Paul Heyman has a talent for seeing it.
Mm.
And he saw it in Austin Theory. Otherwise, he wouldn't be part of this vision program.
Yeah.
Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and now you even have your buddy Logan Paul. Again, are these guys that could have made it on their own and climbed the ladder and gotten somewhere on their own? 100%. Even fucking Logan Paul.
Fuck Logan Paul.
But now you have the Oracle, Paul Heyman, who is taking control of these guys' career. And even storyline now, after this, last night on Raw, he straight up told Austin Theory, you win those tag titles back or don't come back to me.
So now you got Maxine Dupree. And just a quick note real quick, because we're approaching 2 hours. Quick note on Maxine Dupree. How good is Maxine Dupree now from where she was?
A shift, son. I'm telling you, I want to make a shirt for us that said, I just heel turned. Because every major person that we are like waiting to do something badass starts doing it badass when they heel turn.
It's so good. Maxine, I don't know what's in store for Maxine Dupree, but I'm here for every drop of it.
But you know what just happened to Maxine Dupree? She just became a Paul Heyman guy.
She did. And this is the thing that we can sum up almost the entire episode up with. Paul Heyman understood. This is what he got from his parents, because his father was a lawyer and his mother was a Holocaust survivor. His mindset was, if she can survive Auschwitz, I can survive anything. And shout out to any and all, because I secondhand know how powerful that can be. I will never forget. There was a Jewish kid in our class, Zach Kleinsmith. Never forget the kid, and I'll never forget his grandmother, because she was a Holocaust survivor. And she came to our 4th grade class and told her story. And that was one of the most powerful days of my life. Like, that was one of the most influential people I've ever spoken with. And it's bringing tears to my eyes. Because it's one of those things, it's one thing to read a book. It's one thing to read a book about the Holocaust and the atrocities that happened to the Jewish people in World War II and Nazi Germany. But then to meet someone, you hear about the number tattoo, to see it on someone's arm, to see that tattoo and see her walking and to meet the offspring that she was able to have, that's just going to stay up. Fuck Logan Paul. And then to have that, now, as much as that moved me, imagine if that is your own mother. You live with that woman. You see that perseverance day in, day out. Your father is a lawyer, which is why Paul Heyman was so litigious.
And what do you do with that? Motivation. You motivate
you
yourself.
Turn everything into an opportunity. You invent opportunities out of thin air, and then you seize that opportunity.
And then in 2024, you become the very first inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Class star player. And now imagine if you could go back in time and tell the kid who's lied, cheating, and stealing his way to a press pass to get into Madison Square Garden. And that's the origin story to how you became a WWE Hall of Famer. In the same hall as Bruno Sammartino, the same hall as Stone Cold Steve Austin, the same hall as Rick Rude, the same hall as Lou Albano. The exact same Hall of Fame of all the people, of Dusty Rhodes, of I think Jim Crockett's in that Hall of Fame. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but you're in the same Hall of Fame as all of these people who you looked up to growing up, and now you are a contemporary.
You solidified yourself. Never mind an amazing career, right? Never mind an amazing career. Never mind the fact that you have influenced several talent across the planet.
I'm not even sure if several even does it justice.
Plethora.
There you go. Much better word.
Plethora of talent. Hundreds of people look up to this man daily.
And not only that, go ahead, finish.
They speak super highly of him. Not just the fact that he is just supportive and telling these, talent of how to better themselves in the industry. He's a good person. Like, you talk to talent, you look at interviews, you listen to the way they talk about Paul Heyman. He's just a good dude.
Yeah. Now, has he lied? Yes. Has he cheated? Yes. Has he stolen? Yes. Did he bounce some checks? Yes. He did it for the passion of the business. He had a good reason to do it. I had a friend who told me a story about how she used to lie, cheat, and steal her way to get food to feed her child. And I feel like this is the equivalent for Paul Heyman. 100%. This was something he believed in. This was something he was passionate about. And this was something that he was like, I will succeed. I want to shout out another wrestling friend of mine, Darrell Miller. I did an interview with him on the Moon Unscathed. And, when you talk to this guy, he doesn't seem to understand what quit means. And I don't think he accepts anything other than success. And that is so inspirational. Paul Heyman is solidifying the exact same message. If there's something you want out there, if you want it bad enough, you're going to get it.
Get it.
One way or another, the opportunity will be there. If you're looking for a chance, if you're looking for a shot, it's going to be there. And if it isn't, create it.
Create it. Make your opportunity.
Create your opportunities.
Look, I preach this so hard and heavy that nothing in this life worth anything is just given to you.
Right.
You got to earn that shit. And Paul Heyman is a living example of just, if you want it bad enough and you do the work and you fucking grind, you're going to get it.
Yeah. Because to Paul Heyman, much like to my buddy Darrell Miller, much like to you, sir, like if there's something you want to do, you're going to do it.
I mean,
there's a lot of people in your space that would be like, I can't afford to get a guy to build this here and build that there. And so he's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pick up a hammer. I'm going to pick up a nail and a 2x4. And every day this guy is getting up and building something. I'm not going to tell you all too much about what he's building because that's a surprise. You have to go to DallasManor.com and get your tickets to his vacation so that you can see what he's been talking about. You've been hearing about him making the scary.
It's Friday and Saturday.
Then you're going to go see the scary that he's been building. Him and his wife, the woman that passed through a little while ago, pet up the dog. That's his wife. So
the backbone.
Yeah. Yeah, that place is going to fall apart without her.
God
Love
damn.
you, homie. But
I know. No, you're not telling any false stories right now.
But so yeah, shout out to Amanda. We love her. But the point here is, if you want something, get it.
Do the work, man.
It's there.
Do the fucking work.
There's a lot going on in the world, but there are still opportunities. One of the reasons why I promote this event, we're just plugging everything. One of the reasons why I plug this event as much as I do is because in 2020, I was a dude who sat on a bed at home and I wrote short stories for myself. The only person who ever read stuff that I wrote was like my wife and my best friend. That's it. I have a book now that you can buy on Amazon if you wanted it. I go to this convention and I am I'm doing panels. I'm passing out information to other people.
You were on TV yesterday.
I was on TV yesterday promoting this.
Dude.
I was on TV yesterday with Dan Clefstead promoting this event. I have this podcast. There's another podcast. If you're watching this on the Moon Media channel, there's another podcast that came out this morning. Just this morning, is at noon. I've been doing this series where we were doing this series for Pride, where we were discussing these movies and their cultural impacts to the LGBTQ community. Because that's what I wanted to do. Write screenplays and make movies. We wanted to do it. So what did me and a group of people do? We just started doing it. Someone bought some cameras. I wrote some scripts. We started making some movies. Then we run into this guy. We point some cameras in his face, and next thing you know, a movie that we made together is nominated for an award. Did I say that? It's nominated for an award.
Hi.
He's the star of a movie nominated for an award. How you like that one?
How the fuck did that shit happen?
Wait. And I bring this up not to brag on me, but to talk about this is going to channel back to Paul Heyman. I have 2 of these. These are screenwriting awards. I have 2 of these. And it's all from the last few years of just, I wanted to do it, so I did. And I found people around me who were willing to be like, hey, there's a thing I want to do. Let's work on this together. I wanted to make this a viable show where I was able to do this more regularly. So I'm like, I need a co-host. Found one. We made it happen. And we make this happen. We've been making this happen every week for weeks now. A couple months now. You want to do something bad enough, you can do it. The opportunities will be there.
It's not that hard. Like for real. Just, is it hard work? Yes.
Yeah.
Look, I'm a tired man.
Who's about to get more tired?
I have so much luggage on my face.
But this is the
But
Paul
it's so
Heyman
worth it,
effect, man.
It's the Paul Heyman effect. It's the Heyman hustle. And I have this huge bucket list of people that I want to meet or to at least have that opportunity of shaking their hand and saying thank you. And Paul Heyman is one of those people on my list of inspiration, like full blown. Like, you have inspired me to be the man I am. Like the hustle, the grind, everything about Paul Heyman and what he has done. I add those things to myself of attribute of just like, if I don't do it, nobody's going to do it.
Right. And you have no idea, because again, you listen to that name of people we mentioned, right? CM Punk's one, right? Think about the influence CM Punk has today on talent when he's backstage at NXT.
Yeah.
What influence has Mickie James had on other people? Has Beth Phoenix had on other people? These are all people whose careers have been touched directly by Paul Heyman, and who they accredit Paul Heyman to making them better. Dusty Rhodes influenced Paul Heyman in a sense, and Paul Heyman has influenced the CM Punks of the world, and now CM Punk's influencing the next. And it's weird to even say this. There are people who find me as an inspiration. So just understanding the reason I'm bringing all that up is, if you've got something in you want to do, if you have something that you're like, man, I just want to be able to do this thing, man, and I just don't know how to do it. Step 1, do it.
Nike.
Literally.
Just do it.
Mind you, Nike was originally sold out of the back of some dude's car. And now Nike is Nike. Not sponsored. But but if you don't know who you may influence next, you don't know who might be watching you hustle, watching you bend over backwards, watching you looking at your post as you make the scary day in and day out. You have no idea who's watching you and learning from you and taking notes from you.
I am not a role model. Actually, I kind of am.
I'd say you are. I think there are people who look up to you, man. I know I feel the same way about me. Maybe you shouldn't.
Stressful.
I don't know.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Right. Maybe some of what I do. Do
some of what I do. Some of what I do.
Only some of what I do. But I think that's the influence that Paul Heyman has had on the industry.
Yeah.
And what you guys can draw, not just from this episode, after you've liked and subscribed to this channel because you thought we're dope, but from everything. See, where's that right here? That's what this episode's for.
Well, thank you. Glad we could educate you.
and then imagine what you can do just by being yourself out in public, just being your unapologetic self. You have no idea the influence that you might have. You might go out and do something dope, and then 2 people are going to do a podcast about you and all your great works. Might be us. We don't know. Maybe. But that's why Paul Heyman deserved his own episode. And even the stuff that I learned about Paul today, I mean, that you can't help but be a little bit more motivated after watching and learning about everything that Paul Heyman has managed to accomplish and how he managed to accomplish it.
Hustle, hustle, hustle. Grind, grind, grind.
It'll be worth it. If it means enough to you, it'll be worth it.
That's it.
That's all I got. I think I plugged everything.
Yeah, we had our plugs. We're good.
Hit all the plugs. So if nothing else from you,
I am good.
go to malicemanor.com, get your Slaycation coupon tickets that's on sale right now. Get them now so you can get to the front of the line. And
This Friday and Saturday. This Friday and Saturday, 9 p.m. till midnight, both nights. It's going to be a great
address.
show.
Address.
640 Providence Way, Clarksville, Indiana.
All right. So, on behalf of Malice Manor, that's Joker. I'm the Moon, and this is Moon Eagles Wrestling. You guys have a wonderful night.